welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the eye look that I was wearing for my Kylie review, where I've reviewed her blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. It was very, very requested, and I was like, I wonder if they really want to see it. So I went ahead and did a poll in my community tab here on YouTube, and if you guys don't know about that, you need to check out my community tab because I'm constantly asking you guys what you want to see next. Just some cool stuff. I do a lot of polls on there, and it's really helpful for me to know what you guys really, really want to see. And so many of you guys were like, yes, yes, do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I had so much fun doing that look, so I definitely want to bring it to life one more time, especially since we're in this Valentine's Day season. I was wearing these earrings in that look and this little scrunchy half up, half down situation. I have a different shirt because I mean, I'm not a nasty girl, you know. We're only really gonna focus this tutorial on the eyes, so it's gonna be an exclusive eye tutorial. I may throw in what I use for my lip and stuff, but we're mainly gonna target the eyes because I really want to help you guys and teach you guys in any way that I can more techniques that I learned. So if you want to continue watching, then please go ahead and do so. We're going to be starting off with our Morphe eyeshadow primer. I just love the fact that it's super nice and tacky and really allows everything to stick on. Like, it almost reminds me of the Cover FX gripping primer. It's not as tacky, but it definitely has that like sticky consistency. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this fluffy brush. This is from Peach Pearl Brush, a UK brand. And the reason I like it is because it's so nice and fluffy that it really allows you to go in back and forth and really distribute that color, especially if you have hooded eyes like myself. We're gonna be taking this palette right here. This is the Nude palette by Huda Beauty. If you guys do have this palette, I would really recommend using this for any Valentine's Day looks, in case you guys are going to be doing Valentine's Day looks, because look, it just has the most beautiful colors ever. Very, very Valentine's Day appropriate. I'm gonna be taking the color right here. It's called Secret. The reason I'm taking that color first is because we kind of want to start off with a light base that will allow all the other colors to really blend very, very well. So I'm just gonna be picking that up with my brush, and we're gonna be going back and forth, really centering it right on the crease of the eye. Because this is a halo eye, we kind of want to keep it super tight at first, and then we can start to blend it out. I feel like for my eye shape, I kind of have to keep it a little bit tighter and a little bit more neat, so that it doesn't get too messy and it doesn't get too like overwhelming, like there's too much going on. So that's why I like to go ahead and just keep it centered here, but also allow it to really be diffused into the rest of the skin. And you can see how nice and pigmented that is. On the pan, it does look a little bit lighter, but once you apply it on the eye and with a primer base, everything will go on much smoother. A lot of the blending I do doesn't just occur in 5 seconds or like the minimum clip time that I add in my video. It takes a while. So if you look at this video and you're like, oh my God, how does she get it to blend so easily? It's probably not that. It's probably just the fact that I, have to edit the video and make it, a video that will be worth seeing and not something that's gonna be like 50 hours long. So today we're gonna be working between two palettes. We're going to be using the Huda Beauty palette, and we're also going to be using the Kylie Burgundy palette. Now, Huda Beauty kind of has a similar color to the color that we used on the halo, which is this color right here called Burgundy. But I feel like the ones that the Huda Beauty palette has are way more like purpley. I feel like this one has a little bit of pink in it, so I feel like this one is really able to kind of give it that extra pop. That's really the only color we're gonna be digging into the Kylie palette. Okay, so now I'm gonna be taking this more precise brush, and we're going to be going in with the Kylie palette in the shade Burgundy right there, and we are going to be getting that and starting to place it right on the crease. This one, you really want to keep it right on the crease, like as tight on the crease as possible, so that we can start to see it. Because I find that if you go ahead and really like blow it up, it may not turn out how you want it to. So what I've learned to do is kind of start gradual and then slowly build it up to your liking. Because if you start super intense and then you decide that you don't like it or you don't like where the look is going, then you just kind of either have to restart or go with the flow. So I just really make sure that whatever I do it just works. So I'm gonna be taking that, and we're really keeping most of the product on this edge, and then whatever's left, we're kind of taking it to this outer corner. For a very long time, I did not like how halo eyes looked on me. I would watch tutorials and on other people would look so good, and they just had the sufficient lid space for it to look really, really nice. I remember there was this look that I saw from Jaclyn Hill, and hers were just so beautiful, and then I tried to do it and I was like, I don't have that lid space. It does not look that good. It just looks super like, I don't know, I don't even know what's going on anymore. So I think it just really is about finding techniques that work for your eye, because certain techniques just won't work because of your lid space. So I found little things and tricks that I feel like work for my eye just from trial and error. A lot of it is honestly practicing the looks. I've spent countless nights just sitting here in this chair and practicing looks that I like. I'll screenshot pictures and I'll start practicing them, and it's so nice to see your growth in it as well, because I feel like every year your artistry just gets better and better. So I feel like you can't be really hard on yourself when you don't get something perfect the first time, because there's always room for improvement and there's always room for growth. So now I'm taking the big fluffy brush and I'm kind of starting to blend the two colors together. And we're gonna begin to kind of blow this look up a little bit more, but right now I just kind of wanted to lay those two colors where they needed to go so that it can create a perfect kind of starting point for where we're gonna be applying the rest of the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna be doing that. And then I'm gonna go back in with this smaller brush and the shade Burgundy from the Kylie palette, and we're going to begin applying that onto the outer edges and start to create the halo, which is going to hug the color that's gonna go in the middle. So this is how we're doing it. This shadow is very pigmented, I must say. Like, do you see how pigmented that looks? So now I'm gonna be taking this brush, which is the Morphe M506. I like to use this brush to really get in this little edge. The reason why I like to use a small brush on this edge is because also right here, I didn't go in with so much of that eyeshadow, so I kind of have to be careful so that I don't blow it up too much and I still keep it centered. Another thing that you also have to put into consideration is where exactly you want that halo eye to fall. Usually it's in the middle, but sometimes it gets off-centered if you don't, you know, apply these two colors correctly. Right now it's pretty centered, like in the middle of where my pupil is. This makeup look is a very rounded eye look, so you really want to make sure that you just go down with it and really give it that rounded effect. As you can see, now that we've kind of established where we're going with it, you can start to kind of, you know, blow it up a little bit more. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna go ahead and carve out our crease. Lately, I've just been going ahead and doing it with the colors that I'm working with, but because with a halo eye, because my eyes kind of fold right there, I really want to keep this as clean as possible, so I am going to be cutting out the crease just for this midsection. For that, I really enjoy using my Tarte Shape Tape. I honestly don't use the Tarte Shape Tape for anything else except for that. I'm not a Tarte Shape Tape girl. I feel like it dries just super quickly and it doesn't work well as concealer for me. And it's extremely like intense coverage, like more so than a lot of products that I've tried. I'm also taking this brush from the Beauty Bird palette. This is the Sigma Cream Color Brush. It's perfect to cut the crease. What was I saying? Yeah, I just like to use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer for this type of work because I feel like it sets a good kind of base for everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for a second because I need to get this perfect. Now you just want to make sure you also go in and blend these little pieces out so that it doesn't look harsh once you go back in and start to apply the other colors. So you can see. Now I'm gonna put this brush to the side And I'm gonna go in with my Delium Tools Bold Lip Brush, which is a much more precise brush. We're gonna go back into whatever concealer we have left on the back of our hand, and I'm just gonna make sure that this top edge is really, really carved out. Once we go in with that concealer, we're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of some white eyeshadow to serve as a base between the concealer and the color that we're gonna be putting on top. So we're gonna be taking the color base right here, and we are going to be just applying that all over into the burgundy color, so that it kind of gives you a nice diffuse look and it doesn't look extremely harsh. I feel like halo eyes never look pretty until the very end. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my MAC 242, which is my perfect brush, to go ahead and lay down shimmers on my lid. And we're just going to be wetting this a little bit and spraying this baby. I'm using this color right here, Crave. And we're going to be using that nice MAC Fix Plus because it kind of activates the color, so it makes it easy to pick it up with your brush. And we're gonna begin applying that all over the center. And the best way to apply it would probably be to pat it when you're first applying it, just to get all that maximum consistency. This is where you really want to take your time and make sure that you're applying that color correctly. Okay, so I just remembered I actually used another color on the lid as well, along with this one. First, we're gonna lay this one down because we already have it going on the lid. I just literally remembered that I used another color as well, because I was like, why doesn't this look as bright as it did when I was applying it last time? And I'm like, oh, because you also used another color. So this is just kind of gonna add really that intensity. And I like to really open up my eye big so that I can really get in right here on this edge. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so this is the Through My Eyes palette by I Love Sarai, which I am obsessed with. But the reason I went in, I just remembered, was because this color was super beautiful, but I really wanted to take it to the next level. Now, if you don't have this palette and you do have the Huda Beauty palette and that's all you want to use, you can go ahead and just use that color. It's super beautiful. But you know me, I need to take things to the next level. And I'm sure everybody has a shimmer like this. I feel like this is in a lot of palettes. But this color, Lucido, is like my dream. So I'm going to go ahead and pack that on top. And you're about to see this magic unfold. Do you see how those two colors look stunning together? Like, I don't know what it is, but they just look incredible together. Like, look how beautiful that is. Oh my god, I cannot get over this. This is the pop of the whole look. It's that halo middle piece that really takes everything and makes it look super amazing. So now we're gonna go back in with this small type brush, and we are going to be going into the burgundy color and starting to kind of blow it up a little bit more. Now that we know how this look is turning out, we can start to go ahead and kind of build it and make it look a little bit more blown out as opposed to super tight like this. So I'm going to just dig back in to the burgundy palette and start to kind of press. Do you see how we kind of blew up that little area now? Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit more of this right here, and then just start to pat it on top. It's gonna look a little bit messy at first, I'm not gonna lie. Also take it on these edges and slowly like start to touch this outer corner so that you can start to blow it upwards. Now is where we start to blend it. So I'm gonna be taking my big trusty, this is the Delium Tools tapered blender, and I'm just gonna go ahead and slowly start to go into circular motions on the outer edges. Going through the steps because you can really kind of see how this look takes its shape. I always get a little worried right in this area because my bone kind of folds out right there. So I don't want it to kind of mess with the look, which is why I'm so precise about placement. Because I feel like with Halo Eye, it's all about placement. And I hope I'm not scaring you guys and like, oh my God, she's making it sound so hard. But if you have hooded eyes, you understand the struggle. Like, you really have to make sure that you go in and just make it as precise as possible and to really work for your eye, because not all eyes look the same with Halo Eye. Okay, so I went ahead and completed both eyes, and as you can see, I did some eyeliner here. We're not gonna be doing a wing. We're just gonna be keeping this look strictly focused on the halo. I just wanted to do black liner though, so that when we apply that lash, it just looks really nice and put together, and there's no like weird in between the lash and the skin. So I'm gonna be doing the one that we did on camera with the liner. I'm gonna be taking my gel liner per usual. This is the Sigma gel liner in Wicked and my Sigma E65 brush. Just have to go over a few times with the gel liner to really cover up any shimmer. I'm also gonna be going in and tight lining right here on the skin so that you can't see that when I wear the lashes. Not everybody has that, but for me, my skin just shows really intensely. So I like to go ahead and just cover it with black so that it looks all dark. So now our eyeliner is on and the look is starting to come to life. This is the most exciting part. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and apply our lashes. For lashes, I'm gonna be using these. They are the Violet VOSS lashes and I Want It That Way. You guys have heard me talk about this in my favorites video. I'm obsessed with these lashes. This is actually my second pair. I used the other one like non-stop so many times. I was actually gonna reuse it and then I started to pick at the Lash Glue and I completely ripped the lash apart. I think it's because I used it so much, so I had to go to my local beauty store and get more of these lashes in this style, because these were the exact lashes I used when I created this look for that video. So I love these because I feel like they add some drama, but they really keep it precise to where you can still see everything going on behind the eyeshadow. And for Lash Glue, I'm just using my Lash Duo in the black tint. It's called Dark Tone. So I like using this glue because it completely gives my lashes that dark tone effect, which blends right into the black eyeliner. And for me, I have to use tweezers. If I don't use tweezers to apply them, I just can't. It's probably because I have long nails and these were claws. It just doesn't work out for me. So the next thing I do is I take a little small mirror and I put it like super close. I put it super close to my eye like that. And then I go in with the lash. And first I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that I put it right in the middle, just drop it in the middle, and then I work on the edges. So I drop it off there. And I just, bam. Make sure it's locked into place right there. And then lock it into place on the other edge. And bam, you got the lash on. So I know it looks really easy, and if you're not a pro at lashes and you're just getting into it, you're like, how did she do that? It was so easy. But I'm telling you, those little steps that you take before you just drop the lash in are very crucial. I find that whenever I apply the lash with just my big mirror, which stands right here, it's a little bit harder for me. I really need to get in there. Maybe it's because I have bad vision, even though I wear contacts. I really have to get in there and like look at it. And I feel like then I can just really do everything I need to do. But also allowing your lash to get tacky with the glue, ooh, it makes such a difference. And can we just take a minute for the fact that this lash looks so perfect with this eye look. This is the exact lash I was using that tutorial, and I feel like That's one of the reasons why I love it, is because it gives me that beautiful drama, but it also allows you to see what's going on behind it. Especially when you have a halo eye, you really want to see the eyeshadow work that you did. You don't just want a big ol' lash to cover up what you just did and not see it. So I really like to use these type of lashes, a little bit smaller, but still has a nice drama effect and a lot of lashes in there. Okay, so now that we've completed the majority of the makeup, we just have like 2 steps left for the eyes. And first things first, I wanna go ahead and do a little bit of some lower lash line work. I wanna smoke up the look just a tad, but we're not gonna be taking the color all the way in. Of course, we're gonna be using the color Burgundy from the Kylie palette because that's the color that we have on the outer edges, and we want that color to connect down here. So I'm just gonna be dipping in the Burgundy palette with the shade Burgundy. I'm taking my favorite Morphe brush for this work. This is the M508, and we're going to be going in right underneath there and getting that color as precise as possible. I just love this brush because it applies it so perfectly, where you can really like work with it, and it's like a magic brush. I'm not gonna be taking it all the way in. I love how pigmented this color is. Fantastic. So we're just gonna run it like that. And the reason I don't like to take it further is because of these little crease lines I have right here. So I just kind of leave it where it begins, and then that's it. My eyes do water a little bit, so we're just gonna have to let that have its moment. We're gonna be doing the same thing on this eye. Really connect it with that outer edge. I really like to go ahead and just coat that all throughout. Just take it halfway point. And we're gonna go back in here just to like add a little bit more intensity. Now I'm gonna be taking my mascara and just coating those lashes. And also being very careful. The last thing you want is to get mascara all over your eye. So I just really try to be as careful as possible. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna go ahead and do is take the Nude palette once again, and we're gonna be taking the shade Base right here with this Morphe JH42 brush, which is the perfect little brush for the brow bone highlight. We're just gonna be taking that matte color and applying it up here, and just kind of giving it a little moment. I'm not taking my shimmer that I like because I feel like I really just want to keep the attention on the middle of the eye where the halo is. I feel like everywhere else can just kind of, you know, keep it on the DL and just give the middle of the eye its moment. So that pretty much is the whole eye. I could go in and take the same color that we used on the middle of the eye and pop it right here, but I didn't do it in my tutorial. And I also kind of, like I mentioned, I want to just keep all the attention in the center of the eyelid. It looks very pretty, and I feel like it would look so pretty to do that little pop right here too, but I feel like then it kind of brings your eyes everywhere, like all over my eyes. So I just would rather the attention be kept up here. Okay, so this is the official completed look of this beautiful pink purpley halo eye that I did here. Valentine's Day appropriate. I went ahead and finished off the look with my lips. I'm using a lip liner, I'm using a liquid lipstick, and I'm using a moisturizing, hydrating lipstick. I will have this 3-part lip combo down below in my description box so you guys can know more info about it in case you're interested. I'll also have the details of the face products we used. I really just use the same thing I've been using, my favorite Dior foundation, and just, you know, all that good stuff. But I'm really, really pleased with how this look turned out. I always get a little tiny bit nervous, not gonna lie, when I do recreations of looks that I've done in the past, because I'm like, okay, it looks so good there. Can I make it look that good or even better when I film it? And I think we did it justice because I think it came out very, very beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy watching my eye tutorials, then please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up so I can continue doing these. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope that you guys enjoy watching my videos and decide to stick around because I would love for you to become a member family here on YouTube. And I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. So go ahead and subscribe down below, and also don't forget to hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a video, so you never miss anything on this channel, because why would you? So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys!